Hi everybody, this is your boy Sean Mabungu from Khamabiyone Taxi. Corner to fit in Pama Pakamarun Kelchetaro Black Sam. And then I'm with
The Robs, obviously, Robert Matsaunga is the legal guy in all this.
Yeah.
Hope y'all are good there.
Don't lose the corporate thing, man. Come on.
Well, I'm always corporate.
Yeah, it's Robbie, not the Robs, it's Robbie. And then of course I've got
One of my future boys, Skerfelo.
The
The
ghost.
musician. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Sure.
All right. Joining me today is someone that I have been really anticipating on meeting, which is Melissa Hamanburg. But then I'm not gonna go left, right, and center. She'll do the intro for herself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Hamanburg from Remax Finest, real estate agent. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, the topic about today is something that some of us are really looking forward to, which is property owning. Rasten.
Exactly, my guy.
My guy, when are you paying my rent? Yes. Basically, I've got a number of questions now, but then I'm just gonna play it around more freely and everything. So yes, my first question is that what is it that for people that already know property, like the pros and cons that are on the book, what is it that is not in the book but then people should really know?
People who want to buy property or...
Yeah, people who want to.
Okay, this first-time owners or just in general?
First time.
Okay. I think the pros, it depends. If we're talking about someone who wants to become a landlord, because you guys just spoke about Umastand now. Yeah, I think that would come with the fact that there's a risk of people not paying the rent, people not wanting to move out of your property. If you want to live in a complex, there's the cons of you paying levies, you sharing your space with other people. If it's a standalone house, there's the con of the safety in the neighborhood. There's also the fact that you still need to pay for the rates and taxes and stuff, and then you have to do your own maintenance. So there's also that. And then the pros, there's actually quite a lot of pros. If you are owning a property and you're leasing it out, then it means that it's either it's going to pay off your bond. You don't have to worry about the property. So it's an investment. You'll be getting your money back. And in also the safety, if it's in a complex or an estate or whatever the case may be. If it's a standalone, you get your own space. You get to do whatever you want to do. If you want to build, you build. If you want to, it's not a sectional title. So I think those are the pros and cons that I can think of at the moment.
I think the first question that we were supposed to ask is, what is a real estate agent? Because I get property, talking about property, we can debate about it and go as far as we can. But your duty as a real estate agent, what is it? What do you do? How do you ensure that I as a consumer, my rights are protected? And how do you protect the rights of the seller in this case? So what's your duty as a real estate? What are you doing?
I think you're right. That's a very good one because then it allows me to introduce myself and what I actually do. So I'm a real estate agent. I've been doing it for 5 years. I've been doing it with Remax Finest for the past 5 years. And basically a real estate agent is someone who makes sure that the person who wants to sell their property gets a buyer, but also sees through the legal
processes
parts, of it. And then there's also the part whereby they actually get to make sure that everything is in order. They make you're selling your property easy because they market it, they do the running arounds, they speak to all of the clients and everything. And also they are able to evaluate the property for you because we are market analysts. So we are able to come through and then let you know that, hey, we think your property is worth this amount according to the market and so forth.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Baba.
Now, the thing that he said, tick something. So what is that tells you that, okay, you know what, this is my client or potential client. What gives you the confidence that, you know what, this thing, it's in the box, it's definitely gonna happen.
Okay.
This sale.
Yeah, so basically with me, I always pre-approve my clients before taking them out. So how I know that this client is actually a serious buyer and they are like my client, what I would do is I would ask them, hey, can we pre-approve you? We'll send you 2 links. You get to choose which one you want to use, or you can use both of them, which then you have more options. And then if they go through with the pre-approval, which is like 3 months bank statement, 3 months payslip and FICA documents, then we pre-approve them, then we know. That's when we know that, okay, we've got a serious buyer in our hands and and then I take them shopping.
Okay.
All right, there's this new law. I don't think it's new, actually. It's pretty old. When I was in the Northwest, I was actually planning on buying a property which was advertised by the company that you work for, actually, and 2 more companies. And I wanted to buy it through, there's this thing, man. It's like me paying installments. Not
What rent to buy?
Rent to buy.
Yeah, rent to buy. It's not literally me going through the bank financing and can you just broaden it out? How does it work? I think it's an ALC contract.
Okay, so with the rent to buys, I hardly deal with them, mainly because it's an agreement between the landlord and the tenant. But from the little that I know, it's that you would have an agreement with the person who owns the property to say that, hey, I want to buy this home, but currently I don't have the money and I don't want to go via the bank. Or eventually you just maybe trying to fix your credit score. And then you pay them the rent and then you also pay them the money on the side. So they'll tell you that, okay, after 5 years, then the property is yours. Or after so many years, the property is yours. I can't really go into detail because that's not my field per se.
Does it not affect you as probably the agent that advertised the property? Let's say, for instance, Sean wants to sell his property. The only person that's on contact is you. I cannot speak to the owner directly. And I contact you to say, look, I'm willing to pay for this house, but I don't want to go through financing. I just want to go through the ALC, I think. I'm not quite sure. I'll just get the name while we speak. Does it not affect you? Because I believe real estate agents, you guys have commission that you get once you sell the house. Does it not affect your sales or anything?
Look, like I said, it's not really
The thing that you deal with. Yeah,
something that I deal with, but I'd like to think that maybe it does affect. But also remember, someone can't just come and say, hey, I want to rent it for a certain time because once a person signs a contract to say that they're giving this agent a mandate, that means that they would they are bound by law to within the 6 months period to actually either sell the property with that agent or not sell the property at all until the mandate expires. Right. So it depends on that. So I wouldn't really know that part.
Oh, okay. So tell me, like, of course, like you've been doing it for 5 years. So that doesn't mean that 5 years has been like smooth sailing. If it has, what's a deal that fell apart and like you were like, damn, I've never learned about this?
A thing that fell apart, like a deal.
Yeah, like you get this client, Robbie, and then jiggy, something happens and you're like, I didn't see that. But then you're like, maybe had I learned about this. Like, okay, basically I'm gonna say like I don't know if like there's a sales school or whatever, but then like
Okay, so actually there is a deal that happened. I think it was early last year, late 2024. And I took the clients out. We had lunch, had a whole conversation, signed an offer to purchase, and we were happy. And then we got them the bond. I don't know what happened. They went with another agent and they put in an offer there as well. And the thing about that is people don't know that you can't put 2 offers at the same time. By law, you have to choose one. So the thing was they hadn't accepted the bond grant, but we had already gotten them a bond. And then because they hadn't accepted the bond grant, they were like, yeah, we're not going to go with this house. We're going to go with another house. So then that became a drag, and it literally became a legal issue because a lot of people think that they can sign and then that's it. You are actually taken to court and you will be liable to pay for the agent's fees and stuff. So that was the deal that I was like, yeah, it went a bit wrong.
Listen. So tell me, like being a sales agent, like is it something like you wanted like from school going forward, or like
it's a very interesting one.
Bumped into it?
Yeah, it's actually a very interesting one because if you think about, like, if I think about it, right, I've always wanted to do like property, like sell, but I didn't think about it that deep. I was just like, oh, okay, well, it would be nice to sell houses, watching Top Billing and stuff like that. And then that was it. And then I went on with my life and focused on other things and studied a whole different thing and stuff. And then at a later stage, that's when I was like, actually, I'm sitting here. I don't necessarily have to go to work because, I was like stay home, whatever. And I was not lacking anything, but I wanted to be busy. And then I was like, actually, let me try this real estate thing because it will give me free time. And, and then I went, they took me in for an interview and then I got the job and I was like, oh, snap. And then when I got it, that's when I was like, actually, I want to do this. Yeah.
Did you ever consider going into the business alone without being an agent for any other company?
Yes. I think every agent does think about that because you look at like, oh, okay, maybe this franchise is making money and so forth. But we don't anticipate the amount of issues that you deal with because you have to deal with a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I still feel like, although I do know quite a lot, but when it comes to me running my own thing, I could be still a little bit wet behind my ears, but I'm learning and I'm working towards it. So eventually, maybe it could get to that space, but also if it doesn't, it's not really much of a train smash.
Right. The reason I asked this is I've actually thought of going into the property business, but my thoughts on the property business was always remodel, sell. Because I've noticed with many properties, there's one property that I saw last year and I was interested in it, but it needed a lot of work. The price that was put there, the appraisal was too much. And I was like, what the hell? How can you sell this house for 800,000 while looking like that? Why not remodel it?
I think she's the best.
And those are called fixer-uppers. So basically, first of all, if you see a price, if a property is listed for 800,000, we'll use your example, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is what you are going to pay. You are able to go there and negotiate the price. Also, the prices depend on the area because if, let's say, for instance, a land in that area, maybe it would have been 600,000.
Well, the land in that area goes cheap.
Does it?
Really? Okay. Delareyville, it's, I don't want to use this term, but I'll use it. It's a borderland. Right?
Yeah, but also...
farms and all of that. And, well, the farms do sell for a lot of money. Now, the houses there, you'd find a house for 1.2 million. Understandably so, it has big space, backyard and everything. But when you look at the house inside, yeah, man. No. You can't pay so much for that house. And you find it being advertised. The last house that I saw, it was previously sold for close to $1 million. And it was being resold for more than $1 million.
Yeah, maybe that's because you don't understand the property market.
Yeah, so I need an understanding on that.
So it's not about how the house looks inside. It's about the market value of it.
Exactly.
It's about what is around the area. What is it selling for? For instance, if you look at Cape Town, there's a lot of houses that don't look good at all.
But they sell
And-
for a lot of money.
Exactly. And that is because of the market value. So that's why they say that buying property, especially in a good area, it's a good investment because it goes up. Right. So if you're going to look at something and be like, it's not worth this amount and stuff, you need to find out how much other things in that area are selling for. Then it can give your property a value. That's why if you're living in an area and your neighbor's wall falls off and she just leaves it there for some time, it becomes, people start to panic because it can bring the value of that area down. So that's why people have to constantly make sure it's always neat. It's the security, safety, and all of that. So it's not really about how the kitchen looks. It's about the market itself.
Yeah, I get that my neighbors will affect the value of my property. That I get a lot. But, for me, buying a house and thinking, Yara, I still have to do the garden, the landscaping. I still need to do the kitchen, the bathroom, and all that. Sounds like a hassle.
Yeah.
From a legal perspective, I'm seeing money go down the drain. But at the same time, I'm thinking, all right, property is an investment, unlike buying a car. It depreciates value the moment it leaves the garage. But yeah, I think you are more learned to actually school us on property than I am.
That's the whole point. School. It's like, let me school you. So, okay, fine. Now, I really wanted to memorize this question, but then I gotta read it. No, my bad. So, okay, fine. If you had to sell a property with 3 photos and 10 words, right? Which 3 photos and what are the words?
The kitchen is very important. People look at the kitchen a lot. The kitchen, the main bedroom, and the outside, the yard.
Kitchen, main bedroom, and outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
because women look at the kitchen, men like the main bedroom and the yard space. So those things are very important.
I like the kitchen. So
No,
are you saying I'm too close to my feminine side?
For
No,
me,
that's not
I was about to say I understand the main bedroom and the outside. I don't understand the kitchen, but then I understand
The kitchen, people look at the kitchen like how big is it, if they can renovate it, because, they're cooking in there and stuff. But people actually like the kitchen. And then the yard space is also important for a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
What's the most expensive house you've sold?
So far, so good. I think it's 17 million.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're spending money for you.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we got
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
But we
amount.
have another big one in the pipeline.
What's the-
so
Alright.
could upgrade.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so currently, what is it that you've noticed about the whole sales game, like the industry, that buyers and other people haven't, and other sales personnels haven't, that you're like, oh,
So I should give out my secrets.
No.
just one. You're gonna meet the mic, but then just one.
No, you don't have to. Something that I've noticed that buyers or agents,
Yeah.
buyers.
Buyers and
Both.
both agents.
Yeah, both.
Okay, something that I've noticed is, but I think now a lot of them are picking it up. I think social media is a very powerful tool, especially with a lot of agents. And I feel like we have, especially in South Africa, we have been dragging our feet when it comes to that. So here's an interesting thing. The property game in Cape Town on social media is way different compared to the one in Johannesburg. We are still dragging our feet when it comes to that.
Yeah.
In Cape Town, the ball is already rolling, I think that's one. And then another thing is with buyers and sellers. Kanye, what was your question?
No, you are answering me.
Something they haven't noticed is I think a lot of people think that I can just find a property for 600,000 and then fix it and sell it for 1.5.
Yeah, it's the remodeling
Oh
thing.
my
yeah.
gosh. A lot of self-proclaimed property gurus are just, they're pushing it. Doesn't really work like that. Because usually the profit you would make would be 100 or 200K.
Right.
Looking at how much it costed you to fix it.
Yeah. I
or
mean, I'm just
revamp.
talking about the profit of it.
I mean, with the fixer up, I believe there's those break-even points and all of that when you sell them.
That's why I'm saying that a lot of these guys that will come and say that, oh, I took a house and I sold it for this. Guys, ban shooter, hey.
Ghost.
He'd like to or something.
Yeah.
Yebo, okay.
Ngicela ukubuza ne. What's important? Is it the house or the neighborhood?
The neighborhood is very important because you can have a very... So, here's a sad thing about South Africa. If we are in Makhaya and you see a very big house, a beautiful house, that you know that these houses you see in estates in the suburb, and it would be going for 10 million or whatever, in Makhaya it would probably be going for $1 million or $2 million if you were to sell it.
Yeah, true.
So it's not the house that's important, it is the area. And I find this very fascinating because sometimes people tend to overinvest in their property thinking that it will increase the value of the property, but they forget the area that they're living in.
But don't you think property now, and especially in the Limpopo area, it's changing. I mean, the game is changing, don't you think? Because I've seen.
But it's changing in terms of the people that are building the houses or the value.
I think it's in terms of the people building and the. Well, for me, when I was in the Northern Cape for some time, I looked at where the property is situated. As you said, the area is important. And when you go closer to town, the houses there are more expensive than the ones in the villages.
And
You know, what is being brought in the town, the amenities and everything, don't you think it also plays a part? I mean, if you look at a property in Johannesburg, they tell you it's just 5 minutes away from Sandton City, the amenities there and all of that. As you say, the area is important. Don't you think the game change now in Limpopo is also doing that? In the rural parts of Limpopo, I've seen a whole lot of changes recently.
It's a very sad conversation and a very controversial one.
Yeah.
And because, I work with a lot of other people, I'm not going to answer that.
Okay,
All right.
no problem. I'm not going to put you on the spot on that one.
If price wasn't an issue, what area would you buy in?
If price wasn't an issue, what area would I be buying in?
You as a buying, not as a buying person.
You sure? That's a very good question. If price wasn't an issue, I think I like Meyersdal Eco Estate.
It's where?
Yes.
In Meyersdal Eco Estate.
Yeah, no, you just lost
I'm
him
not
there.
really. So it's in the south. So I'm not really a north fan. And every time I tell people that I live in the south, they're like, oh, it's so far and stuff. Maybe because it's always very busy. It's very personally, I'm not. Even when I buy my properties, they are not there or whatever. Yeah. So Meyersdal for me, it's a very good area. There's a lot of rich people because it's Meyersdal, Pasonia, Ken Vista. So it's a lot of
It's
rich
actually
people.
quiet and peaceful.
You understand? And the houses there are going for crazy amounts. And people are so obsessed with stay in city. And it's like there's a lot of other estates that,
Have the same hype.
It could also be a bit overpriced go that side. But
Oh, thing is, Glen Vista sites and Meyersdal, they're not well known. They're not that popular.
A lot of marketing.
No. A lot of people don't focus on such areas. I came to realize that if you were to tell somebody from Pretoria, for instance, about Sandton, they go wild. They think it's the ish, waterfall city.
Sandton is full of people that like to pretend that they have money. And I've seen this quite a lot.
You're exciting him with that.
That's a blow to him. But anyway, yeah.
No, but I've seen this a lot. Like people that are actually investing, that are buying these big properties. Funny enough, in Sandton, I'm seeing a trend of it being foreigners.
Yeah.
And besides it being for foreign nationals, there's also the part whereby we think that, our so-called celebrities and stuff, they mostly renting. If they're not renting, people that usually buy cash and stuff like that,
Can I ask this? Sort of. I'm gonna drag it a bit because I've got back and forths that I wanna have. Is there a deal that you regret?
With?
Regret in a way, you're like,
I shouldn't have taken this.
damn, I shouldn't have accepted this guy or this woman.
Yes.
That you did it for the job, but then if it was
Yeah,
up to you, like I was gonna like walk away from you.
Yeah, so I got a referral from, I think it was from the head office or somewhere. And then I had to go. Funny enough, this actually happened 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
I got a referral, and I don't like working with those type of people. We all don't like, but anyway. And then I got there. Then when I got there, we got to the house. We looked at the house, and this man was coughing in my face with his mouth open, and I got sick. And they offered me water. So they wanted to offer me something. I'm like, water's fine. And this man was literally coughing. And I was just like, yeah. And then I sat there. That was the longest time I've ever sat with a client trying to discuss a price as to how much they should list it for. So they obviously had overinvested in the property and they wanted to list their house for like 15 million. And they bought the property for 5.5 million. Exactly. And
There's a point where you gotta tell someone like wahlanya.
No, it actually goes back to what you were saying. Area versus you investing in your property.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
What for 5, so for 10?
I mean, let me show you something. This is something that I discovered while I was in the Northwest. When I looked at the market value around the houses in Delareyville, I was shocked. I was flipping shocked. When the municipal evaluation came, I was like, not an RTP. Not an RTP. Rating at around 400,000. Like, what the hell?
RTPs usually sell for that in 600,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Someone gives you a house for free, you sell it for $600.
Exactly.
Not bucks, but like
I was looking at it. I was like, what? No. But as she said, the area is more important than what you put in the house.
Yeah. And also the demand of that property. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, with what we are seeing now with I'm going to go back to Cape Town again. Jeez. How Cape Town went crazy. It's because the foreign investors, they're like, oh, okay, how much is this house? And you're like, oh, this house is 5 million. And they're looking at it in dollars. How much is 5 million? It's not even up to 1 million.
It's changed today.
You get what I'm saying?
That's where I want to be.
And then the person is like, oh, but we got someone else that's already put in an offer for a full offer. And they're like, okay, tell that person I'm going to put double the amount. I'm going to give them 10 million. And what are you going to take? 5 million, 10 million. You're going to take 10 million.
Nothing personal.
And then
It's
when
just
you
business.
sell that property for 10 million, then the market value starts. And then other people start. And then also what they do is they can buy a property for 100,000 and then demolish the whole thing and then rebuild. People have money. They have the money like
Can I
that.
ask you this?
Yeah.
Which is not work related, of course. Like, there's a house and a home. Those are different things, of course. Like, to you, like, what's a home? For some, like, maybe where you're currently at, of course, is a home for you or a house, I don't know. But then, like, what's a home to you? You saw houses.
In terms of structure?
No. Like, a home. I gotta...
But they say a home is not a house, but a feeling, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's what I'm
even
going
if
there.
Nilimukuku, it could still be a home.
Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So a home for me, what makes a home is the love, the family, and where you actually are able to get a peace of mind, where you watch your children grow, your partner, or if you don't have that, basically with his family. So that's
So like, is there? Sorry.
No problem.
Is there like a place? Okay, maybe it's where you currently reside, but then like, is there a place you once looked at and you're like, this is my home?
So a couple of places though, because like I'm originally from Nelspruit. But now, because of how my family's everywhere in Nelspruit, and my father had a lot of houses, and then I have a very big family. So I would go to my grandmother's house and be like, this is home. I would go to my father's house and be like, this is home. I'd go to my aunt's house and be like, this is home. So it's a very big one. But also, wherever my mother is, that's home for me.
Oh.
You get, I don't know.
I think it actually goes back to what you said, that home is where the feeling is, where you feel more comfortable at, where you feel more free.
Yes,
and
exactly.
All of that.
It really has nothing to do.
I wanted to ask a question based on your work-related question. What advice would you give to new buyers and, current homeowners?
New buyers, there's so much I can tell you, but I can't say it here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyway, for new buyers, I think it's very important for you to do your thorough research. You need to know what is prime rate, plus prime, minus prime. You need to know that when you're buying a house, you're not just going to pay that 10,000 every month, especially if you're buying it in a complex. You need to also sort of put money aside for your transfer costs. Yes, you are able to get transfer cost as well, especially if you're a first-time homeowner. There's that, but also just put that aside. And then here's another thing. It's important for you to get pre-approved everywhere. So for instance, I use Morris at Better Bond, and we pre-approve you with all the banks.
Yeah.
Because yes, we know your personal banker will say, do it with me and we'll get you the stuff. And then they might not give you the best deal, because with us.
I need to speak to Kues tomorrow. I think I'm gonna lose out here.
Can I put it this way, ne? Because I feel like questions. If you allowed just to speak, ne? Because I sometimes, oh my god, it's gonna sound wrong. I sometimes go through your IG, ne? And then I look at your videos and things like that. I'm like, okay, just to learn. But then they're always short, of course, right? Okay, to me, I don't know about other people. If you were just to speak, ne, and school, not school based on what's in the book, but then it's Melissa's now schooling us about her experience in the game. What is it that you would say or teach that is not asked?
Quite a few things actually. I think for me, what I would do is I would take you step by step. The reason why I can't post long reels, but people have short concentration span, and also I'm not going to be doing the other agent's job. So usually I'll give you a snippet of what you can learn, and then people do come into my DMs and they ask, but if you're not my client, I can't be making it easy for someone else. You have to be working with me in order for me to be able to fight for you, make your life easier. So with all of my clients, they'll tell you I go above and beyond, because it's not just about selling the property, it's about building the relationship of that with that person, because we survive on referrals more than anything. If I gave you an excellent job, you would refer me to everybody. And everybody, that means I have money. You understand?
Yeah.
And if I'm referred to you and you tell them how great I am, when I come and tell them that, hey, I charge this amount of percentage, you're not going to question me. You're going to just trust.
Sorry to cut you. Have you ever had an inspirational purchase?
Elaborate.
Inspirational as in I've just sold this for this amount, and then damn, I gotta work harder so that I can find myself in those shoes.
I just sold this for in that person's shoes.
Yeah, somebody buys a 400 million house and you're like, damn.
Man, I meet a lot of wealthy people.
And
not rich people. I'm talking about wealthy people.
It's not
There's
the
a
same.
difference.
There's a difference. A huge difference.
I want to be wealthy. I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want to go to Monaco.
You know what I'm saying? So
call me next week. I'm in Monaco.
Yeah. So I meet a lot of wealthy people, and you sit down and you have conversations with them and you realize that actually this is how they save money in the property space. And there's one in particular that I had a conversation with. I think he is what's that play? Okay, it's fine. Let's not mention names. So basically we were having a conversation on why people buy Lamborghinis and how rich people actually save their money.
Yeah.
And he was literally explaining to me that this is what I do. I go to complexes, I buy the whole block, and I leave my money there. Yeah. When I need money, I sell one of them. Then I know that at least that 800,000 or 1 million can deal with a deal or a contract or whatever. Yeah. But I've got a block that maybe has 2, 4, 6 units going down or 8 units going down. So also his money grows. So he's already invested in that. Every month he's collecting rent, but also the property gains value.
That's money talk there.
Did you understand what I'm saying?
That's money talk there.
Yes. So I'm not talking about the people that think that they're rich and they want to buy the fanciest cars.
In an apartment.
All right.
Munyaka.
Can I ask you this? What's one? Oh yeah, I gotta read this.
Oh yeah, right.
No. Okay, I'm usually like scripted, ne?
Yeah,
like in my head.
That's okay.
But like these are not like. No, it's like these are. Like,
so whilst you're trying to read,
no.
I actually wanted us to have a conversation.
Whoa.
Besides him reading,
all right. What's
the whole thing? Check. You can read it, hold it in your head.
No, I want to have it in my way.
It's a conversation.
But I remember that I sent her, so maybe is that not like we gotta stick to this?
No, not necessarily.
No.
I'm not very. Yeah.
It's fine. What? Keep your roommates.
No.
But like one thing about my question, like what's one belief, ne? Or one skill that you learned going forth, like with you being like, I'm now selling everything, selling houses and stuff. But then like you go to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm unlearning this.
I'm unlearning.
Yeah, you learned it and you're like, nah, I'm unlearning this.
Oh, I learned it in real estate and then now I'm unlearning it.
You learned it going into it, and then as you are in it in your 5 years, you're like, nah.
So it's going to go back to like my wealthy clients or rich clients. I like driving the big cars. I like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wang Chao.
You get what I'm saying? No, I can see that. Don't worry. So I like doing all of that. And at some point, I just wanted to wear designers and stuff. You go and be posting that, hey, I'm at Louis Vuitton and blah, 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 blah. When I met these guys and where my mindset is at now, I know people that own casinos that drive, like a very, like a Kia, like a very,
Kia Picanto.
You know, and
wearing petrols.
You get what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people that have money, like FU money, but they drive the most weirdest cars ever, like old cars, and they wear the most. You know what I'm saying?
It's always a what the fuck on a
you get.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm training myself to unlearn, that it's not about the designer, it's not about what they're telling us on social media, it's about what you have in the bank account. So for instance, now people are like, oh, you sold 17 million, you made millions, Now I have to take out money and go buy the car that's equivalent. I'm not going to do that. So that's definitely something
Can I do this? I really want it because I know that I'm going to do the casino buying things. Yeah, darling. My man, we're going to keep quiet, ne? And then you're going to school us.
On what?
Whatever that's going to come up in your head, that you know what? If right now I have the platform, I'm not on IG, concentration about to ayonyani, but okay, na kumamiti. School me. Yeah,
I think before we go there, let's
I'm looking at the time, man. And like there's so much that she's saying that I really want to dwell into it, but then I'm like time.
But as soon as I got the pre-production plan,
Yeah.
First question I had was, and now that I'm looking at you guys and you are talking, it's like, yeah, this person, she only caters to big people. Right, but I wanted to get some clarity. You know, me and Sposiso come from Soweto. You get these houses which are written, this house is not for sale, Eugene or whoever. You know?
Yeah, that actually does happen.
So, have you ever come across a situation where someone comes to you and they're like, I want to sell this house, only to find out it's a family house, and then now you have to kick out people and it just becomes messy?
Like evict.
Yeah.
So, firstly, I don't just sell big luxury properties. I do sell your normal everyday homes, and I do sell very low. My lowest, it was land. It was in Ronfontaine. It was like 130,000 rand. And this year,
How many acres?
we are in June. It was, I can't remember.
Utsepiso nomkhukhuzi uzodayisa.
Yeah, mamela sheba tani. Ke tswere kaofela lo tsena. Rekiso ko
Yeah, so I'm not just there. Like, for instance, this year, we are in June now. I've sold, I think, 5 houses in Soweto, and the lowest one was 590. You get. So it's not about the luxury. It's about who comes to me and needs help, and I'm able to assist them and buy those properties. Even people that don't qualify, I work with people that will help you qualify at that moment. I mean, we have a current case that's happening right now, but anyway, that's not for that.
TMI.
So that's just something that I wanted to first correct in that. And then, Kane, what was your question again?
My question is, have you come across situations where someone is
yes, okay.
this? Yeah.
So,
There was a hustle.
Should I save you from that one? I think that one is a legal matter.
So usually what happens is, let's say, for instance, I do also sell distressed properties. So distressed properties, not everyone is in distress. Others, they just trust the bank to sell their house. But you get other people that are actually in distress. They're not ready to move out of the property, but they're selling it so because the bank is now threatening them or they can't pay or whatever. And people want to, they don't want to move. So they'll sign the mandate and be like, okay, sharp, you can sell it. And then when it's time for you to do viewings, nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is that not more of a legal matter than it is for you as a property agent? I believe.
Honestly, in cases like that, it is a legal matter, but as a real estate agent, you need to wear your cape to be superwoman and assist where you can. Don't overdo, but you can assist.
Play your part.
You get what I'm saying. For instance, you do get tenants that don't want to move out at all.
Sefikile udlamlenza actually ukuthi indlu kagokwami.
I've actually Soweto again.
Soweto, yes, going back.
The lady wanted to sell her house. Mandate. We go there. We try to collect the mandate. Masfika lapana. The lady's like, okay, please don't show people that you are taking pictures because it's a family house. And they're like,
Oh, there's some kurugu.
you understand?
Buy it under the carpet.
And for me, I just knew Gutiazini, this is going to come with a lot of problems. Therefore, I'm not going to take it. So I didn't take the mandate. But the way that we were even viewing the house, we had to act like we are inspectors. Like we just inspecting.
Jesus.
So already, if it's like that, it's huge drama.
Sefikile udlamlenza
Especially
hleli
also
15 years young.
like data estates. Those are the worst. They take forever. Yes, to see, sorry. But they take forever to sell. Those ones.
Now, I'm sure with those ones, I believe it's a process. My courts. That's where the legal experts come in place.
The family also.
And the families.
People
and all
are
of that.
fighting.
So Ritsepi, so you're not a legal expert. So
No, me, I'm a buyer. My job right now, get money,
but as a
buy
buyer,
from Melissa, darling.
From
Robbie,
buying,
process the contracts.
If you're buying from Melissa and Melissa is selling a house that's under administration, she'll have to wait for us to complete our job. That means you as the buyer will have to wait as well. Because with administration of deceased estates, there is a lot. We can say we are selling the house in order for the children to share.
I guess we gotta
And then we have a lot of complications in the midst of it.
Yes.
Which will cost you time and cost her money and also cost my clients their money.
No, I get that whole thing. Ne? Like,
That's why we.
So it doesn't necessarily cost me money, but time.
In a way, you have to keep your client at, just relax. The house will be sold.
But sometimes it can take 3 years.
Okay. But
Exactly.
Now, okay, everybody, I don't know where the hype is coming up currently, but everybody wants to ask something. And I'm looking at the time. Going back to what I want. Yeah, serious.
For time purposes.
I'm calculating. No, it's like, you know what? Like, Robbie's going to ask a valuable question. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me hold mine. She's going to answer an interesting. I'm like, oh, I want to hear more. But then I'm like, I want, yes.
He's on the. Oh God! Say more. Melissa, let me give Sean a chance.
Yeah, thank you.
Before he kills us.
No, I don't mind keeping quiet because I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. But then now, I'm working here. Yeah, let me cook. Yeah. Sharp. Going back to that thing, ne? And first, like I said, if you are not gonna be asked any question, ne? And then you are not in a situation whereby you gotta make a short video because people have a low concentration thing. Like, what is it that currently, ne, you would like? Okay, can you please say something or school something?
Okay, so recently I had posted something about how a lot of South African women are owning more property than men. And a lot of people came with the fact that, or the excuse that it's because women get divorced and they get properties from men and stuff like that. And necessarily it's not the point. I feel like men are kind of looking for an excuse to say, this is why this is happening. So I would like to look at the male parts, especially in South Africa, especially the black men.
Yeah.
You're always waiting for either for you to get married, for someone to push you to buy a property, or you're waiting to start big. It doesn't work like that. You need to get your own space. The reason why a lot of women are owning is because a lot of women are becoming more independent because they think they don't want you to find them without anything. But you are not looking at it like I don't want to find her without me having anything. You're thinking nemoto, and I can afford a thing.
Nice time.
You get what I'm saying? And that's the reason why the black South African men are falling behind. So start small. It's okay for you to start small. If you are buying a property, maybe 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, that's fine, but it's yours. And when you do eventually get married, you can either sell that or you can keep it, rent it out, and get a better space. And also remember, if it's a 2-income household, that means you are able to stand a chance to keep the property whilst you get a bigger space. So I really need them to come away with that idea. Like it needs to fall away. Also, the other thing that also just like I would like to also teach them is that when you're buying a property, it's not just about I'm buying a property, therefore I've made it or I'm done. You always need to look for the next step. Also, the other important thing that I would like to teach everyone as a whole is that when you're buying property and you're buying it on finance and you have a deposit, don't pay the deposit there before the property registers. Wait for the property to register, then pay it after. That way, should anything happen within those 20 years that you're supposed to pay, you're able to access that money as a savings account. And not only that, but it pays off quite quicker. And then another thing maybe that, you see, there's a lot of things.
He's mesmerized. I think it's only safe to say, Sean, I know you want to hear a lot. You're mesmerized by her beauty and everything. It's safe to say, with the remaining time, school us as much as you can. If we could actually arrange for another sitting.
No, we are.
Even though this would be our last episode together as the entire crew.
Not with me.
Just before I give Melissa the platform, this is to just say Sean Mabungu and Scary Fellow will be having their own show.
Apparently, we got fired from this one.
Matters of art, right?
Matters of the arts.
Oh, Matters of the Art, sorry. And Dlamlenze there will still be on Mind Over Money Matters. Myself, I'll be on the Barefooted Journey. So yeah, I don't have a co-host, so I'll probably find one.
I'll invoice, it's fine.
I'll probably find one. So don't be surprised if you invited to Dlamlenze's podcast.
I think the Mind of Man's property kind of
they kind of merge. So with that
I'll
said,
be there.
I think the floor is yours. Yalla, shut up. When you say next,
We have questions. Though.
no, for now let's not. Let's not ask. Let's give her the platform.
Yeah,
Like, you want to talk, Nji, hello?
she wants to.
Ask her.
No,
He's mesmerized.
She wants to.
Leave him.
No, she told me she wants to. She wants to. I want to hear more.
Yeah.
So yeah, Melissa, I think the platform is yours for you to school us more.
Yes.
okay.
We can actually get you on another segment with Dlamlenze and his co-host.
Wow.
That day it will be all about you.
Where?
Yeah.
Okay, but then okay, jokes aside, can you please continue where you left off?
Yeah.
So we literally have under a minute at this point.
Yeah.
Same as IG
Maybe-
video. Right?
Can I ask, guys? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to ask this. What advice would you give to someone who wants to go into this space? Someone who's not financially
That's a very.
viable?
I'm glad you asked that question
Yeah.
because I get that a lot in my DMs. You need to make sure you have a car, you have a laptop, and you have a phone. Those are the first three important things. You don't necessarily have to have your qualifications. You can start off as an intern, and then usually your bosses will pay for all of that. And then whilst you're learning with your logbooks and stuff, but now PPRA is changing quite a lot of things. Work in your area, because start there, in your area. And also you need to know that when you're working for free until the first deal pays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you sell a property today, it can register after 3-4 months. That means you're not getting paid anything. So you need to make it worth a while. And also when you're charging your commission, don't bend because you're in a staff. But anyway, I'm seeing the amount of seconds that are left. But I'm Melissa Hamanburg from Remax Finest. And if anyone wants to get a hold of me, they can on 0844 507738.
Hi, Neville Bafethu.
I'm all.
We are all taking your numbers.
No, Neville Bafethu, to catch her on Remax.
Yeah.
The next part, I think Dlamlenze will take us home with her on the next
who?
part. No. Relax.
About music in your show.
The next part, I think
Artists buy
Dlamlenze
houses.
will give you an opportunity to come back and school us more.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's a lot of questions that are left
Absolutely.
unanswered.
Untouched.
Yeah.
And Tsepiso and being mesmerized. Yeah, guys. Anyway, it was me. It was nice having you here.
Thank you for
I
having
learned
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah.
Personally.
It's my last time with you guys on this whatever.
Segment,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna say this thing. It was nice having you guys for a couple of episodes,
Yeah.
but then at least I closed it my way with someone that I. Bye bye. I'm
Alright,
going
guys,
home.
thank you so much. Till next time, watch the space. Thank God.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
No, he's mesmerized.
Guys,
I think there were a lot of butterflies flying in his stomach. I see she's strong.
Oh, this is Zach.
Nice to meet you.
It's too late. Melissa, you already got my name on the show.
Yes. But if I can.
I don't get